Hello, and thank you for tuning in to this episode of Animals and Ames. My name is Ron Edwards. I'm the Animal Control Supervisor here for the Ames Animal Shelter and Animal Control Program. We have quite a few animals to show you here today and quite a variety as well. So Kathy Pike is our full-time Animal Control Officer, and she's going to show you some amazing animals available for adoption here at the Ames Animal Shelter. So let's meet Kathy and some of our furry friends.
Hi, I'm Kathy Pike. I'm the full-time animal control officer here for the city of Ames, and today I have with me Miss Oreo. This little sweetheart here is about 2 years old. She was an owner surrendered to us because the owner was just a little too busy to be able to keep taking care of her. She also has what's called a cherry eye, if you can kind of see there. She did just get spayed and have that taken care of earlier this week, but it is going to take some time for that swelling to go down, which is why you can kind of still see it. She is a Shar-Pei Husky mix. You can kind of tell the Shar-Pei by these cute little ears, how they kind of fold over there. Oreo is a very sweet girl. She is a little bit shy when she first meets some people, but she's very affectionate, cuddly, and playful. So, but she is a little shy when first meeting, but otherwise, like right now, she's looking for those treats. She has not lived with other pets or children in her previous home, so we're still looking to find that out, having her be around just some things here. So far she looks like she's doing pretty good with the other dogs. We haven't done a full-on intro, but going by the kennels and stuff, she seems pretty not taken back by seeing them or anything like that. She just kind of knows when she's going to go outside and is more interested in her people and what's going on, and just a really big sweetheart. She'd do great in a home, loves to go for walks and loves to be brushed. Our next guest here is Sid. This wonderful kitty is about 2 years old. As you can kind of see, it's pretty obvious he doesn't have a back leg. How Sid came to us was, unfortunately, he had a very terrible wound to this rear leg. He was found over on Southeast 16th Street by one of the hotels, and it was such a good thing that somebody had finally found him. He wasn't moving much because that back leg was actually broken, and he had some very necrotic tissue there as well. He was taken to ISU, and he's seen some other veterinarians as well, and their best recommendation to treat both issues was just to amputate it altogether. He has had some other wounds. He had some muscle wasting that happened too due to lack of nutrition, very skinny, and just looked very poor when he came in. But as you can see now, we can really see that handsome boy. He's very affectionate, loves to be held, loves to be petted. He's been very, very easy giving him treatment and doing things for him because he's just such an awesome boy. His name is Sid. We're still working on getting him to kind of walk and get used to not having that fourth leg there, but cats that have them removed, it may take a little bit of while, just kind of like us with adjusting to things, but once they're able to learn how to move and get those muscles built up, they do great and can live long, happy, healthy lives. And this guy is no different. He is super, super affectionate. He has actually gotten the name known as Oni 2.0. So if you remember Oni, who was underneath the truck that we had to do some medical treatments for as well, he looks a lot like him with being a black cat, but he's even more affectionate than Oni. Didn't think that was possible, but this guy surely is. Like I said, he loves to be held like a baby. He'll hug you, kiss you, just super, super affectionate, and has no problem just laying on your lap. So if you're interested in adopting Sid, check out the Ames Animal Shelter. My next guest here is Miss Zira. She is a American white rabbit, we believe. She's a very sweet girl. She's a transfer from the Marshalltown Animal Rescue League. We had some space in our hallway, and so we said we could take her in and hopefully find her that forever home. She's about 7 months old. Rabbits can live to be anywhere from 8 to 13 years of age. A really good website to check out for the appropriate care for a rabbit is rabbit.org. This little lady loves to do binkies in her cage. She loves her veggies, although she's a little camera shy right now. She doesn't want to eat for the camera, which is fine. She'll get them back in her kennel when we're all done. But she's okay with being held. She's actually pretty clean in her kennel. Occasionally you get the little, bunny poops around, but for the most part, she stays in her litter box, and she just likes to chew on some things. So some of the things that can come apart have been in her kennel, but that's the messiest we have seen her be. So she's pretty tidy, which you kind of got to be, I think, when you got a white coat too. And she stays pretty clean and pretty looking, and those big ears. But she's very sweet. As you can see, she's okay with being petted. She's okay with being picked up for the most part. With rabbits, it can be a little scary at first when you're going for them just because they're a prey animal. But Miss Zira here is fitting in well. Should stay away from dogs, possibly cats. The dogs, tend to scare her here, but like I said, she's a prey animal, so that's not uncommon. So just making sure she has that appropriate home, the appropriate kenneling, and diet. And you can check out rabbit.org if you have any questions about her care. And if you're interested in adopting Miss Zira, please come check us out at the Ames Animal Shelter. Our next guests for today are going to be Arya, Bran, and Sansa. These guys, there's 2 females and a male. The male has been neutered, so there's no worries about having babies or anything like that. They are a transfer from the Marshalltown Animal Rescue League. They were getting pretty full with their animals, kind of like with the rabbit Zira, so we told them we could take them in as we had some hallway space. They're about a year old. There's a little bit of difference in age, but not much between them. They are kind of the difference between a hamster and a gerbil, from what I've been told. I'm not super familiar with them, but I can tell you that the animalhumanesociety.org is a really good website that has a lot of degus information and their care to be able to check out. The biggest thing to remember is that they like to chew, they like to tunnel and burrow, and they're very active, and they need social interactions every day if you want them to continue to be friendly and a good companion for you. So as you can see here in the kennel that we have for them, they have a wheel so they can exercise. They have pelleted food. You have to be careful. They can't just have any kind of rodent pellets as they are not able to metabolize sugar very well. So kind of like what they tell me for my own diet, keep it low in the sugars, low in the fat, and low in the carbs. So they're kind of the same way there. They have to have access to hay at all times as well as water. That's kind of a given, but the hay thing, whether it be in kind of their box that they can burrow in, or we have a hay feeder for them here. Another thing that they need, not all the time, but just kind of a couple times a week, would be a dust bath, which is kind of similar to what the chinchillas have, and that you can give them for about 20 to 30 minutes, once to twice a week is what's recommended. Same thing goes for their vegetables. Like with a rabbit, you can give them vegetables, every day in just a certain amount. These guys, because they have to be careful with those sugars, is that it's just once to twice a week in just small amounts as treats. And usually that's going to be your carrots and your leafy greens and some green beans. So there's similarities amongst the other rodents and stuff, but just their diet is much different and to be careful with. These guys can be a little bit social. They do approach us when we're cleaning them, and some of them will sometimes come up and get in your hand. They're still kind of trying to figure us out. And of course, in our line of work with all the different animals, we have so many different smells on us. So sometimes that can be kind of a deterrent for them coming up. But we have had volunteers interacting with them and say they do take pellets from your hand, like that one just did, and sometimes with those vegetables too. So they're awfully cute. They tend to be more active during the day, which is great and ideal for those that have them in our types of homes, since most of us, try and sleep at night. So they do whistle sometimes when they're grooming, but otherwise they're pretty quiet, and they're just super cute with those little ears and those tails. So if you're interested in adopting a pair of degus, actually there's 3 of them. They're very good in pairs. Should actually be always in a group. Check us out at the Ames Animal Shelter.
Well, I want to thank Kathy for showing us some amazing animals today. You saw just quite a variety of animals that are looking for their forever home. And just a reminder that we get some just various animals that are looking for that forever home here at the shelter. It's not just dogs and cats. So you always want to keep an eye on our website at amesanimalshelter.org. And you can see all the amazing critters that we have available for adoption here. And want to say a very special thank you to those that donated to help Oreo with her surgery. As you can see, she's not fully recovered from that yet, but she's had that condition, unfortunately, for a very long time. So the healing process has just started with that surgery that she had. And in addition to Oreo's surgery, we also had Sid's surgery. And as you see that Sid had that leg amputated and is just learning how to walk again with all of the injuries and everything that he sustained. So we're very fortunate for the people that found him on the road, and if it wasn't for them, Sid may not be with us here today. So it really takes all of us. It's a community working together to help the animals. So thank you for donating for Sid and Oreo's surgery. We greatly appreciate that. So thanks for watching, and thank you for supporting the Ames Animal Shelter.